On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, talking from the heart, folks. It's about the history and keeping the permanent status of a Carolina Panthers logo, uniform, and colors. Why it means so much to the Carolina Sports Guy. If you're not a subscribed member, folks, please do so. It doesn't cost anything. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of videos like this and future videos of the Panthers, Hurricanes, Charlotte Hornets, and major college sports in the Carolinas. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos. All right, folks. Uncle Chucky here. Kind of got looking at the off season and kind of dealing with the roster and just looking at certain positions. I begin to break them down and start to think, okay, who's going to make this roster? Who's a safe pick? Who's definitely just there as camp fodder? But who's going to surprise or who's in the middle of it? May make the roster, may not, may be a practice squad material. It's always those guys at the end of the roster that's kind of shocking. Some guys stick and some that fail to, excuse me. Now, kind of really wanted to look at the history, this 26, 27-year history of the Carolina Panthers. And I read recently through either an ESPN article or just a sports article on Google that the NFL was going to allow, starting in 2022, throwback helmets to be used. And I had understood, never really understood, but they said they didn't really want to do, the different helmets in a year because of player safety. It never made any sense to me because, okay, you're keeping up with, an equipment manager's got to keep up with, about 53 some odd more helmets, plus your practice squad guys in case a guy gets in a game. And it is probably a little bit of work, but no more than having extra jerseys or when you do the alt jerseys or whatever. I don't see what the problem is. I'm not a guy who handles head safety or things like that, so it could be something more into it I'm not aware of. But I'm just assuming that, what would you do if you ended up adding 2 more teams in the league? That's more helmets and jerseys and uniforms there. But looking at the throwback jerseys and uniforms, and the helmets particularly, I was like, well, wow, man, Tampa Bay's probably going to go back to that Bucko Bruce, the white helmet with the orange, face, looking like Tom Brady on the cover. Or the New England Patriots go back using Pat Patriot, the guy bending over, getting screwed as he's hiking the ball. Or maybe the Broncos go back with that D with the horse coming through the D. And, even the Chargers, instead of just doing the white helmet with the lightning bolt, they can go back to the dark blue helmet with the yellow lightning bolt or whoever. I mean, I don't think you'll see the Redskins, the WTF, using the Redskin logo, but you got all these teams that can do different things, and I'm thinking the Carolina Panthers really can't. And you say, well, I'm not a Panther fan, Uncle Chucky. Why can't they? Because basically in the 26, 27-year history of the Carolina Panthers, our helmets have always been silver. And the logos basically look the same. And they only tweaked the logo in 2012. And unless you're paying close attention, really doesn't look different than 2011 all the way back to 1995. It is noticeable if you take a quick look. But if you're watching on TV and it's not your favorite team and you just look real quick, you say, well, that's the Panthers helmet. It always has been. But the Panther head got to look on that helmet. Because if you take a look, if you've never noticed before, since this is the Carolina Sports Guy, look at the Panther head. Compare it to the outline of the state of North Carolina and South Carolina together. When you join those two states together, it's not quite identical, but it's very close to that Panther head that's on the helmet. It's a unification of both states. Thought it was pretty cool first time I ever heard it. And it was truly, folks, a marketing scheme. And it was done because remember, for the Carolina Hurricanes, the Carolina Panthers were first team to actually say 2 states, 1 team. And even more so because where they're located almost on the state line. It's always been that way. That's a 2-state, 1 team football craze, South Carolina and North Carolina. Now, as far as the name, Jerry Richardson's son, Mark Richardson, decided to pick the name Panthers. And he chose this name back in '89 when they were just starting out, when the expansion drive was going, and they said that Charlotte would never get an NFL team. And as they moved that list to the mid-'90s, and it looked like it's going to be a done deal here in '93, being the 29th franchise, Even Jerry Richardson, the owner, had already changed his license plate with the initials or the lettering of Panthers in his license plate. That was going to be the name of the team. It's also known that Mark Richardson, which is Jerry Richardson's son, chose the team color scheme. Now, a lot of marketing directors for the NFL didn't like it. They said the black and the shade of blue they were using was going to be a sunless of gangs, I guess because of the Black Panthers. And they were taking a negative, synonymous look. I've never felt that way, folks. I don't know if people do look at that way or feel that way. I love the color scheme. I'm kind of partial to the teams I root for. But honestly, when I see that electric blue for the Panthers out there with the silver helmet and the all-white uniforms, or they're wearing the black on black, just those colors, you know, I really love those colors. I think they're sharp. A lot of fans, whether they're younger or just love to have change, want these uniforms to change. And I don't think so. I'm one of the traditionalists. I don't like change. You know, I think, well, you know, you're just being hardcore. You're not opening up your mind to anything. Well, I've seen too many teams in the history of sports change logos or change colors. Some Major League Soccer teams are changing the name of the team, or they dropped this from their name of the team. The Kansas City Wiz went to be the Kansas City Sporting Kansas City, or you know, just different teams. I mean, the California Angels started out, then they were the Anaheim Angels, and then they were the LA Angels, and then they were the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I mean, I don't know which one won the World Series the year they won it. And it's different with the Brooklyn Dodgers going to LA Dodgers. They've been the LA Dodgers ever since. But the New Jersey Nets becoming the Brooklyn Nets. I understand when they moved back into New York, maybe they had to do it. But it just doesn't add up on every sports level. But I look at that, and we've had the same helmet from 1995 to 2011. Tweaking 2012 is what we got all the way today in 2021. So the helmet's only been basically the logo just tweaked. The color of the helmet, the stripes, all that have been the same. So, you know, we're looking at 26, 27 years with the same helmet. The color scheme's been the same. The name's been the same. And it's not the Charlotte Panthers, it's the Carolina Panthers. Now, I know a lot of people want a black helmet. And now if they do a throwback helmet, maybe the Panthers can be a team that we don't have a throwback helmet, or we got the one that's barely noticeable. Maybe they'll let us come up with an alternative helmet and use the black helmet everybody wants to use. I particularly don't want to do it, but I wouldn't mind if it looks real good. I wouldn't mind doing it if we're just doing it as a throwback week, or if you say throwback retro and come up with a black helmet, or that electric blue helmet. If you want to do it for a couple of games, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I don't want you to lose a silver helmet. It's just been too many good memories, too many terrible memories too, and branded into my brain, folks. I'm sorry. Now we look at the uniforms. My favorite uniforms is when we wear that silver helmet with the white jersey with the black numbers, the white pants with the blue stripes going down them, and those electric blue socks. Steve Smith used to wear them. I thought they were gorgeous. They had worn this white uniform more than any other uniform in team history. And I know what some people are saying. Let's go the all black on black, or let's go with the color rush blue on blue, or let's mix it up and get a silver jersey, which we've never had, or maybe try black pants with a white shirt, or do the black top with the white pants, or vice versa, or whatever. A lot of people want to do it with the white on white. I love it. It's traditional to me. I think it's awesome. And a lot of people say it's plain Jane. It's kind of like a lot of times when I see the Colts, whether the Baltimore Colts or Indianapolis Colts, when they have a white helmet with a white jersey and white pants, I just think it's clean. I think it's great. And not everybody can get away with that. I've seen Penn State wear the white helmet with the white pants and the white jerseys, and with nothing on the helmet but that little navy blue stripe going down the middle. It's boring. But some teams can get away with it. But it's tradition. Now, a lot of people don't know that in the 1998 season, the last game, we finished 4-12 that year, and I believe it was Dom Capers last year as head coach, that we actually went out with the white jersey, which was our traditional away jersey at that time, but we used, I'm looking at this, white jersey, we use silver pants, which is something we use with the black jerseys, which was our home jerseys. For many years, that's the second most jersey I've ever seen us wear is a black jersey with silver pants. And I prefer the black jersey with the black pants, but you know, black jersey, silver pants is traditional. We played in that a lot. But the only time we've worn the silver pants with a white jersey was one time, and that goes back to the last game of the 1998 season. So that only happened one time. You've never seen a combination with a white shirt and black pants. I think maybe it's been done in the last year or two because with Dave Tepper buying the team, he's incorporated that. I don't think I've ever seen a white shirt there with blue pants, and that could have happened in a preseason game. I'm not sure. But Jerry Richardson, it was a no-go. You know, other than that one time with the white jersey and the silver pants, it's all been white on white, or it was the black with the silver pants, or he did the color rush, the blue with the silver pants. And yeah, he did do the blue with the retro Thanksgiving Day game against Dallas where we killed them. And he did start the black on black, where I know we have not had a good record with black on black, but I love the slickness of the uniform. But keep the helmet silver, folks. I love that. Like I said, the second most jersey worn by this franchise, other than white on white, has been the black jersey with the silver pants. I love those blue socks. Now, if you're wearing the silver pants, I could see keeping the black socks. That makes sense. Black jersey with black pants, I think that's my second favorite. After white on white, I prefer the black on black. I'd like the blue uniforms the least. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to at least see them once a year. They normally wear them 2 to 3 times a year. But I like, you know, if they only did it once a year or twice a year, I'm good with that. But I don't like the blue as much as I like the black jersey or the white jersey. So the blue jersey with silver pants is good. I don't have a problem with the blue jersey and the blue pants. That's fine too. Now, blue jersey with black pants would probably be a little weird. It probably could happen. But I don't want to change the logo, folks. I don't want to change the silver helmet. Definitely ain't changing the name with Carolina or Panthers. I don't want to change the uniform colors. I like the black, the blue, the silver, and the white. And the biggest fear I've got is not just changing the helmet to black or trying to tweak the logo again, is they're going to try to do away with the silver helmet with white pants and white jersey, because that's my favorite. It's just clean to me. And this is one I really want to get some comments on, because a lot of people have a different take. A lot of people like change, but to me, folks, change for the sake of change is no good. I've seen it happen too many times in sports. And there's some teams, man, you can look at their colors, man. I was looking at basketball the other night, and the Utah Jazz, before they got knocked down, I'm like, my God, they're looking like the Phoenix Suns out there. And I remember teams like the Kansas City Kings had light blue jerseys, went to dark blue, and they moved to San Diego, became the Clippers, were like a medium to light blue, and then they moved to LA and become red, white, and blue. And there used to be the old Buffalo Braves, and were kind of like Carolina blue and white. And then at one time it was orange, black, and whatever. I mean, teams have just changed a lot. Look at the Celtics. I don't like them, but having that just green and white, they kind of incorporated black lately, but just keeping it one deal, I think is the best way to go. It's tradition, and that's what I want to see happen. So leave me some comments, hit the bell notification to be notified of other future videos like you see today. Pound that like button, folks. Leave some comments, and by all means subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And we'll see you on another episode. Carolina Sports Guy.